All right, y'all. So I'm at a point where I'm getting a lot of messages from subscribers, on different platforms, Instagram, Twitter, email, and they're explaining their situations to me, and I really want to be able to talk about it publicly so people can understand. Obviously, I'm going to keep these people anonymous, but I had one subscriber whose situation really stood out to me, and he had a dilemma and he needed some advice. And so I'm gonna read the situation for you. Again, I'm gonna keep the name anonymous, but you'll understand the context. And I'm gonna kind of give my take on what he should be doing and why that actually happened, so this doesn't happen to you. And yes, this is about women. I think, and he's older than me, by the way. So it was interesting for him to come to me for advice, and I actually knew how to deal with that situation. So without further ado, I'm going to read this. The way I'm going to read it, it's not going to be probably as smooth because the way that he typed it out wasn't the most readable way to do it for me. So I'm going to actually just go through it and see if I can say this the best that I can. So he basically said, so me and my ex broke up back in May last year, and we were together for 2 years. Quick backstory: from February last year till May, we were kind of rocky. But what killed the relationship was in April, she told me she was going on holiday for her sister's graduation in America in a few weeks. Her sister actually lives there. Fast forward, turns out she actually went to a whole different country without telling me. And what made it worse, aside from lying to me, a friend of a friend so happened to be staying at the same accommodation she was staying in on the same days she was there. Interesting. I found out because when he posted his hotel interesting. He posted his hotel in an IG post. It was the same as hers that she posted on her story. Interesting. And when I asked her, she kept denying being in a different country. Lies. And the guy is just a friend, nothing more, nothing less. The guy is just a friend. Who's the guy? Interesting. Then, all till now, I don't know the truth between those two or what happened. I don't think she'll ever tell me if she went on holiday with another guy or if she did anything sexual whilst there. She will never tell you, fam. She won't. Um, Anyway, afterwards, I went into months of no contact. Then recently, she came back and messaged randomly saying she wanted to meet up to talk and got questions for me too to see if we can rekindle what we had by the end, etc. In which I did, but I didn't see myself going back there for a serious relationship. Just chop from time to time. Chop basically means smash. Um, and keep her at arm's length. During the meetup, there was still energy and chemistry. The discussion ended up being left on casual dating till we figure it out. Wrong move, bro. Um, and so I thought. And then last week we were texting slowly, and I also was trying to arrange a set date for my intentions above instead of trying to set a set date for my intentions above instead of doing small talk here and there, in which she started taking 6 to 7 hours to reply, only for her to respond, "Hi, I didn't take my phone with me when I went out." My God. I didn't take my phone with me when I went out, even though my intention was just wanting to chop, and still haven't found out the full truth about the holiday. What should I do? Now, for my experienced viewers right now, you already know what this situation is, but I want to dissect this, right? First of all, the respect was lost in that relationship. It was gone. The minute she ended up going to a different country and didn't tell him about it, that means she has no respect for him. And she also does not trust him enough to tell him for him to actually be the protector. Because you have to understand, men in relationships, what we really want, we want to protect, right? We want to protect who we have as partners, right? So if we want to protect, we want to know where the woman is at all times. You want to know where your woman is at all times, not because you're insecure, not because of anything, but because you care about the safety of this individual. And a lot of women don't understand that, and they think that men are being insecure. Like, hey, I'm not trying to have you go to Miami. I'm not trying to have you go to all these places with your homegirls that are single. And now you getting stuck, and you might get caught up in a situation where somebody does something to you, or they take advantage of you, and I'm not there to protect you. You have to understand, like, and this is how you have to speak to women when you ask them for information like that, because it doesn't come off as insecure. It actually comes off that you care, because you really do. But going back to the situation, you know, her going to a different country, yes, her sister had a graduation, but at the end of the day, she ended up going to another country outside of that, and not telling the dude. So that tells me that she has something to hide. And it also tells me that she emotionally checked out of the relationship months before this even happened. Because the reality with women is, it's not a split decision to end a relationship or to go cheat or to go do anything. And by the way, cheating is not just sexually, it's emotionally, right? You going to go see another dude like in a different country. I don't care if you smashed or not. That's still cheating, right? Morally, it is. So at the end of the day, this person ended up going to a different country, didn't tell him, and then came back and lied about it, even though he had concrete evidence that the dude literally, there was another guy who was there. And I don't know if the guy was a friend of a friend that was talking to her, or if he was just a friend of a friend that was there that saw her. But either way, she was seen at this hotel. The data added up, right? So with him, where he made the biggest mistake was, once he realized this, he allowed for her to come back. Because what happened is, she ended up going outside, right, back on the streets, and realized she was not going to get a guy like him. Because newsflash, the guys who are really about it, the guys who are really on their purpose, on their mission, they're self-improving all the time, it's few and far between, right? And I think social media allows for women to see all of these guys that are constantly, you know, like, whether they're multimillionaires, successful, yada, yada, and they think that's everywhere. It's not. And by the way, those guys who are already successful are not going to want you long term, because they don't see you as an asset. They see you as a liability, because you waited towards the finish line when they got there. You weren't with them throughout their self-improvement journey. You weren't with them. And I say you as in the woman is not with them through that process. And the woman assumes that they're going to touch the finish line and find them there, and that man be loyal to them. That's not going to happen. So what happens, these women have these delusional takes of, I want the top guy. I want the top guy. I want the top guy. But you wasn't with him when he was down, because men aren't born at the top. Women are born at the top. We're not born at the top. We're born at the bottom, and we build our way up. And the only way that you can actually score true loyalty from a man is by coming up with him. That's the only way. Because if you wait for him at the finish line, there's no respect. There's no respect. So I say this because she ended up going outside, being back on the streets, talking to dudes, probably getting with different dudes, you know, allowing dudes to do yada, 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 and then figuring out that they don't want to be committed to her, or she gets an ick from them because they don't have that same level of desire or that same thing that guy had. And she honestly formed a spiritual bond with this dude. So it's hard to break spiritual ties. I tell people this all the time, and you might understand this, like, with women, the more they sleep, and even with guys, the more they sleep with women, the more spiritual ties you have with that person. And it's hard to break those spiritual ties. It takes a lot of active effort to be able to break those spiritual ties. And you just get emptier and emptier inside, especially if you're dealing with low quality people. So she wanted to come back, right, after this experience that she had after they broke up, because of, I guess, that situation. And his biggest mistake was coming back and allowing her to come back, even on a casual basis. Because you have to understand, women they're either energy vampires or they're energy amplifiers. Those are the two. They can either amplify your energy or they can drain your energy. And right now it seems like this woman is here to drain your energy. She needs your energy back because she's not getting it from the street. She's not getting it being outside. She thought that and that's the thing. Women get very complacent in relationships. So if you're making it a comfortable environment, and there's no unpredictability here and there in terms of like how you moving, what you're doing, everything is the same all the time, they start to test the waters and go try other things, go do other things. When they see that you're not an attractive figure to other women, this is another one that y'all don't understand. I'm not saying you go and you talk to other women, or you go entertain other women, but if she doesn't see that other women want you, She's going to assume that you're not valuable in the marketplace anymore. And through the law of hypergamy basically means wanting the greatest or wanting the highest man, right? Women have hypergamy. It's built in their nature. When they see that other women are not flocking to you, they're going to intentionally just say, you know what? I'm going to go try to look for other options. They may not say it out loud. They may not even know they're doing it, but they will go and they'll see what's out there. They'll test you as well. They'll go do things just to test you to see if you still got it the way that they found you. So by you bringing her back in, all you're doing is you're telling her that you can allow for the BS. She's not going to ever respect you ever again. The only time a woman respects you is if you can walk away and never look back. Walk away and never try again. And just keep leveling up. That's the only time a woman, he will never get the respect of that woman, like at all, ever again, because he brought her back and you see what she did. And the thing with dudes, like, bro, I know we say, hey, we just want casual. The reality is when a dude really falls for a woman, when a man falls for a woman for real, like when you have love for a woman for real, like you love deep. I believe men love deeper than women. And I don't care what anybody says. It's a fact. Men love deeper than women. So when you really fall back into that, it's hard to go back casual. You're not going back casual. You're going to want to start setting up dates. You're going to want to start texting her more. And what happened? She stopped texting. She hit him with the most street-like behavior, street-like talk I've ever heard, where it was like, I left my phone when I went out. I didn't have my phone when I went out. What woman do you know in modern times does not have her phone at all times with her everywhere that she goes? That's literally the worst excuse ever. She's literally testing you. She's testing you. And she's trying to see if you're going to fold, if you're going to just keep her around, even with her doing degenerative behavior. You know what I mean? And so my biggest advice to you, bro, and to you who's listening right now, you need to step away. When you step away from a situation with a woman because she violated your respect and she violated your pride, don't turn back around and go back. Don't do it. That's the worst thing you could do. Keep moving forward, keep self-improving, and get a better woman, because there's always going to be better. There's millions of women out here, and there's not enough guys who are really serious about their lives. But there's enough women that will allow a man to lead if he really is worthy of leading. So become that man that's worthy of leading and pick your choice. Have your picking. But don't have that one-itis where you got to stick to that one woman, no matter how good she made you feel, no matter how good the energy was. If she violates your respect, all we want is respect. That's all we want. I know you say love. Love is an emotion. It's not real. Respect is real. Respect is boundaries. Respect is making sure that everything that you say that you need, everything that you say that you do not want, the person does not violate that because they respect you. That is what you need in a relationship. That's what you need in a woman. Love is fairy tale. Love comes with respect, right? So that's where I draw the line. And I think you need to draw the line right here. And anytime a woman violates you, just draw the line and move on to another one. There will literally be a better one. They probably did that. The universe allowed for that to happen for you to now self-improve yourself and go get a better one. So don't go back to what you had. Keep moving forward and get a better one. I hope this video helped anybody who's going through a similar situation. I've been through that situation before. I know how it feels. I know how it feels. You want to go back. Don't go back. It's not worth it. Like, honestly, 99% of the time, it's not worth it. 99.9999999% of the time, it's not worth it. So keep moving forward. Keep self-improving. Become the top 1% man. It's not hard nowadays. It's really the easiest thing ever. With the amount of guys who are not aware of themselves, who are not aware of how to get better, you have a clear advantage. And women are looking for this. And there are millions of beautiful women out there. Millions of qualified women. Take your time. Build yourself up. Move forward. Hope you like this. Comment, like, subscribe. Sign up to the free newsletter. We talk about all this. Become a multidimensionally jacked man. You need to understand these social things. You need to get better at social settings, relationships, as well as money, as well as spirituality, as well as physically. But socially, you need to really master this, because this is going to really change your life with women, with business partners, with your network, everything. So I appreciate y'all. Tap in with me on the next video. See you.